Hey guys, this is Pete from Crunch Time Coaching, and Roger Federer has beaten Kei Nishikori at the Australian Open. And today we're going to break down the match and start to talk about, can Roger win number 18? Can he do it this year at the Australian Open? It's, I think, hard to imagine that he's going to get a better look at winning one than this. So, which is pretty interesting because when the tournament started, everybody was noting how hard his draw was. But with Djokovic being out and Murray now being out, it's kind of opened things wide open. So really, really exciting. The match, if you're a Fed fan, which I am a huge Fed fan. So if you are a Fed fan, congratulations. Give this video a thumbs up if you're a Fed fan and want Roger to win. And when the match started, it was rough going. It seems to be a theme, which I think we have to watch out for going forward, to where Roger has started slow, maybe almost nervous. I don't know. His timing seems to be off when he comes out and starts his matches at this year's Australian Open, to where he starts shanking, especially forehands. And so in the first set, he made a bunch of forehand errors. Kei was playing really, really tough. And I think it was interesting how the commentators started to say that and I noticed too, that Kei, for whatever reason, he's hitting big serves, big ground strokes, and then all of a sudden he started to get cute and come to the net more with some serve and volley and some off-pace stuff. And I think that the one thing you do not want to do is play cat and mouse tennis with Roger Federer. No one is going to beat Roger Federer at cat and mouse tennis. And I think that let Roger back and took it to a tiebreaker. And even though he lost that tiebreaker, which a lot of people, I think Darren Cahill said that Roger losing the first set was a bigger deal than if Kei lost it. And to me, I thought if Nishikori had any chance to win the match, he had to win the first set, just out of a confidence factor. You're playing a legend. Kei looks up to Roger a lot. Roger's used to being down a set. Roger is used to pretty much every single situation that could possibly come up in a tennis match. There's nothing the man hasn't seen and been through. So I thought that even though he lost that first set, and sure, he's disappointed, it would have been better that he came back and almost won the set than losing the set like 6-1. I think that might have rattled Roger if he could get like no rhythm, and then he's got to go into the second set with zero rhythm. But I think he saw like, okay, I see some things I can do, and if I keep getting on a roll, I can really open up the match, and that's what he did. I think one thing that is very interesting about this this Australian Open is that Roger, and I'd love to know your guys' opinion on this. To me, it seems like Roger's down the line backhand in the offseason has improved. Have you guys noticed that? And I would say even coming over the ball and going cross court has improved. He is going for more on the backhand side. He's still using his slice extremely effective. You saw he got Kei a number of times hitting that little short biting slice, got Kei to miss some shots, or what Roger loves to do too is hit a little short ball. The opponent has to move up in the court, and then Roger hits a big forehand to the corner. Roger was also great at working the play and hitting big cross-court forehands. And then if Kei hit it cross-court, Roger would then take it down the line. Or if Kei hit it over here, Roger would run and hit the inside-out forehand. Roger still, to me, is the player that if you're going to beat him, he almost has to beat himself. When Roger is clicking on all cylinders, there's still no one in the game who has more shot selection than he does and can do more with the ball. We watched Alexander Zverev play the other day. That guy might have the most firepower as far as his ground strokes, hitting winners out of nowhere out of sheer power. But as far as all the tools at Roger's disposal that he still has and still can use, it really becomes about, I think what's standing in the way of Roger winning this now is I don't think it's going to be conditioning. I don't think it's going to be his age. It's going to be his focus. I think over the last couple of years, like when we saw him play Raonic, different matches, Djokovic, U.S. Open final, he has little lapses in focus and he lets people back in the door. And it could be sprained forehands. It could be some double faults like he did in the fourth set, and he did it against Raonic as well. Double faults out of nowhere. I think he was up 40-love against Raonic and then threw in a couple of double faults at Wimbledon. And then he seemed like in the fourth set he was getting ready to cruise, and they were mentioning how it was really hard for Kei to hold serve. But I thought when Kei won that game and made it 2-all in the fourth set, I was nervous as a Federer fan because I thought, okay, because I thought that Roger let his foot off the gas and just made some choices that he didn't like just take care of business. Like the fifth set I loved because Roger went back to taking care of business, making sure that he was putting the ball away, just being extra careful with the ball, not double faulting, not missing the easy overhead, taking it to Kei and really putting it away. But that's what I'm most nervous about going forward is just little lapses that he has shown over the last couple of years when he plays opponents that he's got to beat that are at his level, not winning the break points enough, not breaking through as far as his conversions. These are all things that make me nervous for Roger as a fan going forward. But what I'm super excited about is obviously I don't think conditioning is going to be an issue. I think he's super sharp. Like I said, the trend has been where he's starting slow, but when he starts to feel the ball, he has been steamrolling through people. He made Berdych certainly look like the guy wasn't a top 10 player in the world, even though Berdych has been top 10 for many years now. And he won in 5 sets against Kei, but I thought he was always in control of the match except for the first set. I thought once that first set was over, Roger was dictating play, and the only way Kei was going to win that match is if Roger was going to give it away. And I'm really happy to see that Roger was able to kind of, stop the errors in the fifth set, get focused, get his feet moving again, and take care of business. And so let me know who is going to win the Australian Open now that we have Djokovic out and Andy out and Federer's still in there and Nadal's still in there, Wawrinka's still in there. Some people are saying that Dimitrov looks really good. I believe Raonic is still in there. We got a lot of players now that really want this bad, that want to put their mark on the game. Some legends want to solidify their place in history and add to their legacy, and other people want to get their Grand Slam career started. And Stan Wawrinka, I mean, that guy, look at how well he's playing later in his career. He wins now the U.S. Open and the Australian Open. You got to start to talk him in a different light. You pretty much always talk about Andy and Djokovic, Nadal, Federer. Now all of a sudden Stan's got to be included in there. He's got to be included in there, especially if he can win this year at the Australian Open. So, and he loves playing at the Australian Open. That's where he started to really show that he can go deep in Grand Slams, and that's where he won his first Grand Slam. So this is very, very interesting. It's a great start to the year. I think if this is any indication of the excitement we're going to see this year on tour, I'm in. I'm buying my ticket. Let me know what you guys think. Who's going to win? Can Roger do it? If not, who's going to be the person who does it? Love to get your feedback on that. And that's it, guys. If you like this video, I would sure appreciate a like. I'm basically on a tennis bender now. I have been up. I've fallen asleep at times, watching the tennis, but I've pretty much been up since yesterday morning. And now it's 7 in the morning because the tennis has just been so great. So I am going to go to bed after this one, but I'd appreciate a thumbs up, a comment. If you like these videos and if you like tennis instruction, I'm an online tennis instructor. My site is crunchtimecoaching.com, and you can subscribe to my channel and get all kinds of free tennis lessons. In fact, when this broadcast is over and it becomes public, it takes a little while. I will put I made a pretty cool video of Federer's top 3 go-to plays, and I'll give you guys a place where you can sign up to see that. So thanks so much for watching today's video, and I know you're enjoying that Australian Open like I am. So here we go. Let's go, Fed. I'm going for Fed, and I think he can do it. What do you guys think? Take care.